in the realm of death and blood that is in the entity's realm. Some survivors and killers are above the average. You rarely see them, but when you do, it can be a blessing or a curse. These are the legends of Dead by Daylight. The Xenomorph Queen. The Xenomorph Queens are the largest and most intelligent variants in every Xenomorph hive. They are usually the mothers of every drone and warrior, since they are the only ones to lay eggs. A queen is also known as an alien queen, or a mother alien. The queen that we meet in the entity's realm is from the Hadley Hope colony. This queen came from a batch of eggs in the derelict ship that awakened due to being disturbed by Russ and Annie Jordan, who searched the area beyond the colony on company orders from Burke on Earth. This results in Russ becoming impregnated by one of the released facehuggers. Annie brings Russ back to their vehicle with the facehugger attached, then sends a signal for help back to the colony, much to their daughter's new horror. While their mistake in disturbing the eggs was similar with Ripley and her friends decades prior, the consequences was far catastrophic than the latter. Most of the eggs stored inside the derelict ship are awakened, and the released swarm of facehuggers immediately invade Hadley's Hope. A significant amount of colonists are impregnated, which results in an army of xenomorphs in a quickly established hive. The new hive is built in the area around an atmosphere processor. All colonists are wiped out in the battle between the humans and the hive, except Newt, who managed to escape and hide in the vents. When a squad of colonial marines under the command of Lieutenant Gorman, accompanied by Ripley, arrived at Hadley's Hope to investigate, they were almost wiped out by xenomorph warriors in an ambush inside the hive, with the few survivors forced to retreat. The Queen herself remained unseen deep within the hive, although Ripley and the other survivors later theorized as to her existence, reasoning that something had to have laid the eggs they saw prior to the ambush. Just as Burke exposed the plan on using Ripley and Newt as smuggling vessels for xenomorph embryos, xenomorphs cut the power supply of Hadley's Hope and captured Newt, resulting Ripley deciding to infiltrate the hive and get her back. After saving Newt from a newly hatched facehugger, Ripley and Newt stumble upon a chamber atmosphere processor full of eggs, and the Xenomorph Queen herself. Facing the Xenomorph Queen alone and surrounded by warriors, Ripley reasoned with the creature, threatening to destroy all her eggs if she and Newt were attacked. Apparently comprehending this, the Queen signaled her circling warriors to ignore them. However, when one of the eggs hatched, Ripley incinerated the nest with her flamethrower and destroyed the Queen's ovi posture with grenade from her pulse rifle grenade launcher before fleeing, wounding her. Enraged, the Queen detached herself from her damaged egg sac and pursued the fleeing humans. The Queen utilized an elevator to follow Ripley and Newt to the top floor landing platform, where she cornered them on the landing pad. However, Ripley and Newt managed to escape into Colonial Marines' dropship, Smartass, that Bishop previously sent to the planet via remote control, which arrived before the Queen could close in. During a hasty escape, the dropship collided with the landing pad and collected debris on one of its landing skids, allowing the Queen to hide somewhere in the ship's landing gear, unbeknownst to those on board. Moments after the dropship left, the atmosphere processor went critical, vaporizing the hive and all but destroying Hadley's Hope. The Xenomorph Queen revealed her presence and impaled the android Bishop before she tore him in two, before going for Newt, possibly to secure her as a host for the beginnings of a new hive, or perhaps simply to kill her for revenge. Just then, Ripley showed up and fought the Queen with a power loader. The battle ensued, in which the Queen unexpectedly turned the tide of battle by bringing Ripley to the airlock with her. As she was stuck with the power loader that pinned her to the airlock's door, she tries to take her enemy with her as Ripley opened the airlock, repeatedly pulling on her leg to try and take her down with her. Ripley managed to kick the Queen loose, however, causing her to get immediately sucked out the airlock and cast into space, never to be seen again. As the Queen floated into space, a black fog started to surround her, as she was then taken to someplace else. As she rose from her position, she could smell something familiar, and something new. She screeched out into the distance, ready to begin the hive process once more.